we're here. This is why they don't call me this, but I call myself on Twitter and Instagram, if you'd like to follow, Elusive Father, because sis, I just disappear. I disappear and then I come back like did nothing happen. And that's what I'm doing right now. We've been gone for what, 5-6 days?
Yeah, we have a life.
We, working day and night as Michael Jackson.
Go on, break it down. I'm just sitting here.
I saw Janet Jackson live, and I'm never going to get over it. I'm just never going to. Like, it crossed my mind. You saw when it came across my mind again. It just keeps popping up in my head all day. It's just been like, hey, I really love Janet. Hey, I just saw Janet Jackson. Like, all day. I put my phone on shuffle, and her songs keep coming on, and I'm like, I just heard this live. Janet Jackson, live. I plan to do a video about it, but I'm not going to stand too much right now. I just want to send a shout out to everybody who has had to endure May 25th, which is my birthday, sitting for 2-3 hours watching each of her concerts. My mother has been privy and been a part of this for a while.
I enjoy her.
On my birthday.
We close. She don't know. We close though.
Well, we're closer because I sat and looked upon Janet's face. I can't. It's just, it's a pleasure. A pleasure principle.
I don't have much voice.
I heard Janet sing Pleasure Principle live.
I sang too hard today. I can't do it.
Oh, well, we ain't done our
our
sermonic selection solo. It's not a solo because it's two of us.
So do you
have anything in mind? I didn't come up with a song this week.
I'm almost whistle tone.
Why did you stop it?
Because I don't want to get hit by a truck.
Well, see, she's over there and we're over here.
Well, it wasn't over there.
Girl, if you
old truck.
This is one of the girls that be scared of the trucks. I
try not to throw y'all on the floor.
I drives by trucks and I blow and I wave and I be like, all right now, how you doing? The rest of the girls be tiptoeing around. I don't have the time or the energy. I don't. I be late for work. I be cutting trucks off and everything. Just move.
I pray.
And she should, because I'm
not even Catholic and
I just really feel like, I was Catholic for a time. You remember that? Anyway, I really feel like...
That was the song with your dad.
It was. But it was for a time. For a season.
No, you like a good run. Quit playing.
Well, listen, the Catholic girls get down these days.
They got a charismatic run?
I don't know what they be in there singing, but they be, ooh.
No, I'm talking about you go run in their church.
Oh, you mean jogs?
A lap. I'll take a lap.
I'm heavy set.
Girl.
I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not Janet Jackson at 51, just had a baby and still giving you moves.
Somebody behind me.
Oh, and she's doing too much.
Fast.
Let's just go around.
My prayer is that they finna get on the freeway.
I doubt it.
Yeah, because I'm trying to keep the other thing on no, they ain't.
I told you, I doubt it. Yeah. They love to ride your butt right on here, right in this little area. I'm one of the ones. Because I be late for work and I don't have time. Anyway, I need a song for us to give the people.
Janet ain't got no good gospel.
Everything Janet has ever sang is gospel. Including my favorite song, This Body, featuring Slim Thug. Let's see, we're going to go to one of my go-tos in case the girls ever ask me to do a solo and I'm not feeling obstinate and just get up and leave. This is what I would sing. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. We'll give you all the glory. We give you all the glory. We worship you, our Lord. You are worthy to be praised. Come on, Kate, let's sing it flat. Did you catch them flats? Anyway, because I just didn't take the breath.
Well, and I just don't have any voice left. I just sang the food.
I knew I needed to take the breath, but I said I'm not going to do it. I don't have on my brassiere, and I'm just not going to do it.
Why does everybody need to know that?
I mean, do they care? Do y'all care that I don't have on my brassiere? It's not like I'm going jogging.
Lord Jesus.
We sliding down to the gas station and back. It's not. Can't nobody see. I got on this buttoned up ensemble and a whole tight t-shirt holding them down. Anyway, let's get on into the show. It's been so long. I gave you a lot here. Lady Mae is about to pee on herself because Lionel has called and he's given the tea that I need to speak to you face to face. So Lionel gets on into town and he's like, I really got to tell you something. Aaron is gay. And I looked at the TV and said, you had to fly or drive.
They got money.
All the way
Folks
down
broke,
here.
they just called. Baby,
Hey,
look
girl,
here.
so look.
I just need you to know this here.
And just...
There will be no plane involved.
Or gas.
There will not be a car driver.
Like, sis, and I'm calling you after 7 because you're not finna run up my minutes.
I forgot about that.
You're not finna do that.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
We are living after 7.
child, it was a time. But anyway, he comes on down, and I'm saying, like, well, why you come all the way down here to tell these folks your son gay? Why?
Because he turned out you.
And then he goes on to say, I believe my son's over there being gay with y'all's son-in-law. I said, well, why you ain't just take this to Aaron's mama? Right? Why you ain't call Aaron's mama with this? Why you go on down to the Greenleaf family? He don't live there. He's not a member. He's evacuated the premises. I gotta hold you.
Yes,
we on these tracks. He don't go here no more. He transferred schools. So why are you calling his old principal to talk to him, to talk to them about this new student? I don't understand, but whatever. So, and then not Bishop Jesus, Lionel.
Bishop Jesus.
Did they ordain Jesus?
Jesus did that.
Jesus.
Hallelujah.
What would Jesus preach about?
She already preached.
I mean, but if he were to come back to earth, what would he preach about? Because the girls preach about Jesus.
Yeah,
He's just gonna be up there like, and me. So this is me.
And I said before, ain't that changed here?
Anyway,
that's what he was saying.
I believe it too.
Why I got to repeat myself?
Like, why did I even have to come back down here to talk to y'all? I told y'all before.
Y'all don't clean up the house. They all leave trash cans down the street.
No, it's trash day tomorrow.
I ain't fooling with it.
Okay.
Ask the Lord. And I want to know why there are trash cans.
Because the garbage men are coming to pick them up in the morning.
Why can't you get rid of your own garbage?
Because we have services.
Did you pray and ask me how to get rid of your garbage?
Speaking of praying and asking, I prayed and asked Jesus to let me go to the Janet Jackson concert, and I did. So.
You should have been in church to Sunday school.
Oh, I gave him the
glory. We didn't have Sunday school this morning. We had a special women's meeting, and it was good. But I really kind of like the Sunday school.
A special women's meeting? How many special women y'all got?
I mean, we all special. They all say.
Y'all all special.
Well, we had a meeting. We had some Danishes.
Now, see, I would have made it for a Danish. Was it the cheese that? You know I live for
I had a cheese Danish. Because
Lord.
I do not eat on Sunday morning, and they had a I like to get too. It was close.
I love a good cheese.
I'm trying to lose weight.
And then you warm it up. You pop it in for about 10 seconds.
It didn't even matter.
See, I can't eat mine cool.
Honey, I ate it cold because it's a privilege. I don't eat on Sunday morning.
Oh, what a privilege. Oh, makes you rest.
Yeah, she was great.
Dead. Just dead. Anyway, sliding back over because we doing too much.
Yeah, I know. We're going to be down here and back until I finish.
Right. Which is, it usually is the case. But anyway, so he done called these folks, and now he want Bishop Silverthroat to talk to Aaron about his homosexuality. And I'm just sitting here like, why? For what? Like, why you can't talk to your own son?
Right.
Because it's not a matter of talking to Aaron. It's a matter of he wanted Bishop to talk to Aaron and tell Aaron exactly what he wanted Aaron to hear from him. I'm talking about Lionel. Mm-hmm. Lionel wanted Bishop to talk to Aaron, but in Lionel's words. And it's like, okay, well, you just gonna talk to him then. Because if you ask somebody else to speak to your child, they probably gonna talk to them
the way they know.
The way they would speak.
So if you don't trust what they're going to say.
Right, like, okay, so if somebody asks my grandmother to speak to a hussy,
she's going to speak to that
She's
spirit.
going to speak
She's
to
going to speak to
and she's
that.
going to call her a hoe and a hussy and all the
Now you're going to be out here hoeing and acting a fool and
And if you
we don't do that.
And if you ask me,
you need to get yourself together.
If you ask me to speak to a trial, I'll say, well, now, sis, are you being safe? You know, are you making sure you're protected?
I'm going to say, I like in between you guys.
Are you getting your coins?
Did you see what I put up on the Adult Ministry page?
No.
About, not being out, willy-nilly and making safe choices. Because everybody in Young Adult Ministry ain't quite always safe. That's why you got to stay in the house. You grounded.
Okay, I went to the Janet Jackson concert.
You don't care what happens.
What are you talking about? My life is made. Now, take me out grounding when Beyonce goes on her next tour. But other than that, daughter, and then when Mariah comes to town, then I just won't have to. I don't have to, skip out on that grounding. But anything else is
just grounded.
Okay, I'll stay at home. I'll stay at home. You ain't got to tell me twice. Anyway, yeah. So it just didn't make sense to me why he would, solicit.
I get him to see us.
Okay, well, yeah.
Give me some tinted.
Doesn't make sense why he would solicit his boy to talk to his son and say stuff that he would want to say to us. Just don't say it to your son. Just say it.
Oh, listen to him. Plus, he be barking at him. You can tell he's a barker.
And I don't live for a barker myself. I don't talk to them. They have no place in my life.
What?
You can be passionate over there.
How you get it?
I'm sick of you. She's making fun of me. Anyway, so they go all into, you know, we in the office now. We in Bishop's office. He's sitting on the, you know, on the desk like my mama would tell me not to do.
Get your butt off that desk.
And, you know, Aaron's in one chair, Lionel's in the other chair. They going all into the, you know, born gay conversation and, you know, this, that, and the other. And Aaron is like, sis, if I could just not be.
Why everybody want to pass me? I'm just driving a good, safe, holy speed.
Way under the limit.
Yeah.
Like,
ain't nobody out here.
12
just
miles
drive,
under.
Just drive somewhere else.
Oh, it's cheaper on McCain.
Then 31?
I believe so. Or it was the other day, but you know, you can turn in. Why you?
Because we really are like not far enough into the commercial.
Yeah, that's where the niggas stay. You know, they charge up for the niggas.
Oh, I didn't even look in that neighborhood that I drove away from.
I didn't look either, because I was trying to figure out why you was still going around these trucks.
Because I didn't want to meet nobody. I
Anyway.
don't want to talk to people.
Well, let's talk to these people. Tell these girls what's going on with Aaron. So he goes into, if I could turn back time.
You gotta hit that note.
If I could find a way. He goes all into, you know, if I had the choice, sis, to just not be gay, I probably would have picked that, because I don't feel like all
This ain't
this.
easy.
I don't feel like all of this. You know,
This
I'm just
ain't
not in the
easy.
mood for this foolishness. And I'm saying, like, logical. It makes sense to me. And Aaron, Lionel is giving, you know, scripture and this and that, and the Bible says, and this, that, and the other. And Aaron gets up and is saying, or no, Lionel says that, you know, it's a good thing your mama dead, because this would have killed her. And Aaron's like,
We talked about this
20 years ago, I told her. And she was like, I don't tell your daddy. So it just didn't.
Your dad ain't gonna make it.
And he's not making it.
He ain't gonna make it.
He's suffering right now. Anyway, so he goes all into, you know, you lying, your mama didn't know, blah, blah, blah. And then Aaron's like, yeah, she knew. And then she told me you was, you know, out here with your floozies. I ain't said floozy in a while. That's a good one.
I think you felt that, because you smiled.
It was Shondo. I felt that.
A floozy.
Because, you know, floozy, that's something that I feel like Felicia Rashad would call somebody.
My grandma
Floozy. Or my grandma.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah, so she, you know, he's like, she told me he was out here with all your floozies can on, and then all of a sudden Ray Campbell got dementia. Floozies? Turned to Bishop Silver throat. I don't know what he's. I am so confused. Just, I don't know.
Cheating.
And I'm like, yeah, I mean, we all know.
I'm a man of God.
Not a man, Jesus, with the D.
With a D.
Anyway, let's slide over to these bald
problem
headed
is,
his pussies.
You have to subtract a D and bring down the man, and then there you go. Mess up.
I don't know what you just said.
You know, you're the man of God. You know, they always make that be real deep. So you got to be about deep. But see, when you subtract the D, then you can be regular and you can mess up.
I know plenty of men of God
See, ain't no D.
that act up.
Ain't no D.
That D is what really makes them act
They
up.
got to go back and call Jesus one more
If they
time.
could turn back time.
Because, see, when Jesus had called them, they didn't answer. You know, the song said, when I call, you come. But they didn't call.
You always answer my calls. When I call, you come. What key am I going to? You
I don't know.
always
You was
answer
out.
my calls. When I call, you always come. Who cares? I'm
Yeah.
not Jill Scott. We all know it. She's who she is, and I'm just over here making it.
She's marvelous.
Anyway,
Vocal acrobatics.
just the closest thing we have to Ella Fitzgerald at this present time, honestly. I mean, not Ella Fitzgerald, never will be, but the closest.
Ella had her thing, but
Ella
Jill
had her
definitely has
thing, and everybody else's thing.
She's just
Don't get me started on Ella.
totally amazing.
Anyway, back to these bald-headed hussies. So Carissa and Jacob over there. I'm not snatching nobody. These girls are bald. You know Carissa and Jacob got the same amount of hair.
Because, you know, she got just a little bit more on top.
Anyway, so they over here, and I just did not need to be in the marital bed. I didn't need to be a part of that. I didn't need to be privy to what goes on in those girls' bed. Like,
Well, at least they acting like married people. They don't have extra people in their beds. Like, you know,
plenty of married
when it
folks
first
got extra
started.
people in their bed.
No, don't take your people out your bed. You got extra people in your bed, take them out.
You don't tell these girls what to do in their beds. That's their bed business.
Don't do that.
Do whatever you want to
You're
do.
going to get the sickness. Be careful.
And if you get the sickness, you take your medication. And this is why when they call me to talk to the hussy, I'd be saying it like this and my grandma be cussing them out. Anyway,
Do you have good insurance? Is that what you have to do?
are you in good hands? Just let's find out.
Allstate, could you?
Yes. Anyway, So they all in the bed and carrying on. She called in to work. You know, she gonna show up late because she gonna slide on down to the church. I just don't care. I just don't. I mean, there's not a piece of me that cares anything about Jacob and Carissa at this point. I care more about Charity than I do about Jacob and Carissa. Anyway, at one point, Aaron asked Silverthroat if this was Jacob that was gay. Would you treat him like my dad is treating me? And I told him through the TV and all, I said, Bishop don't care nothing about Jacob. He already treated Jacob like your daddy treating you. Like, this ain't new. But he goes into, no, I wouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. Let's see. Let's talk about Charity. So, she's doing on the computer or whatever with the baby. Jabari calls, he says, I got good news. Did you give him praise over there? Okay, amen. Give him glory. She's like, she going in. Anyway.
They sang bless that one.
Look at her.
Jesus.
She thinks she waiting on me, but it's not.
They sang bless that.
Let's turn off these. That ain't these. I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Because I don't want her to pull us over.
Right.
Because I'm not in the mood tonight. And there's enough little something here.
I may pull right over here.
So Jabari is like, hey, sis, got good news. And she's like, what is it? And then it goes to a different scene. But I'm not going to go to a different scene today because I don't have the energy. Okay?
I was trying to check it out.
Doing a lot. All in all, Tamala Man wants Debbie Joy Winans to back her up on the road, be her backup singer. Okay. And they going into who gonna keep the baby, this, that, and the other. And I feel like Charity is only really truly mad at Aaron because she can't go out and flounce and do what she want to do. That's what I feel like. I feel like if Kevin were still here, she'd just be throwing the baby. Hey, keep the baby. I'm going on to it. Keep the baby. This, that, and the other. I feel like she's only mad at Kevin and eventually Aaron because she can't just throw the baby over there and go and do whatever she want to do. And it's just
This is possible.
Why you have this baby if you knew you were going to be trying to have this career? You know, because she put out her little album with the church and everything, and I just didn't understand. I don't understand. Does she not make enough money between the church and songwriting to hire somebody to come on the road with her? Why she got to take Marisol?
Because you know her. I didn't let nobody keep you on.
Okay, so you know Marisol. Why she ain't offer to say, you know, we'll have somebody else come watch the house while I got Marisol on the road? Like, I just didn't understand the whole gist.
They got a bunch of Marisols. That's Marisol #1.
And where's Terry J. Vaughn? Like, she's just gone.
She works at the other house.
Well, I believe she was fired, but they didn't even follow that up like a little bit. Not even part ways. Anyway, I don't care about all this.
Somebody didn't like her.
Well, no, remember the reporter called and said blink once if this is the case, and she blinked. Not literally, but stay on the line if this is what's happening. And she stayed on the line, and then that was the last we saw her.
Yeah, because she didn't spill the tea.
And I'm like, hey, you got somebody that we all know, like Terry J. Vaughn, on your show, and you only use her for that? Like, I feel like Terry could have brought some real mess to the show.
She's good at what she does.
Do you think? No, I'm thinking. Do you think
Look,
that was
bring my weapon, the weapon of my carnal warfare?
Do you think that the reporter that called Terry J. Vaughn was Darius, and they're in cahoots?
Oh no,
I would live for that.
That made my head hurt, like right there.
I was gonna pray for you. Jesus.
See, that was too much.
Anyway, so let's see here. May is over there still playing in the cotillion. She talks to Bishop. Bishop is like, I don't really care too much about Aaron being gay. And Lady Mae's like, it's wrong. It's just not right. And then they go on into, she says something like, he's not faith. And I'm saying, like, what does that mean? As far as what? Like, it's very clear that he's not faith. Right, because she's like, you can't try to fix him or talk him out of this or save him or something like that. He's not faith. And I'm like, does this mean Faith was gay? What are we doing here? Because we haven't seen Lady Mae and Bishop really grieve over Faith, so that statement wasn't like, oh, okay, well, he's been feeling this way, so we understand. What is you saying to me?
You know how they like to throw out those little things so we can ask these questions on the reviews.
Somebody call me and let me know what's going on.
The question is, what that mean?
Right, because I'm just like, he's not Faith. Well, yes, obviously, we can see that. Duh. Unless Faith didn't die, she went and had, sexual reassignment surgery.
That's a lot.
That would be a twist. But then we've known Aaron, or not we, but the family has known Aaron the whole time, so it just wouldn't make sense. But anyway, back over at Triumph, the treasurer is walking around like she owns the joint. And it's just like, I don't have time. She tries to tell Jacob not to do something with the homeless because it's going to cost too much money. And I'm like,
don't start that program.
They had the entire church of Kim Kardashian down there on the street corner. You didn't get the joke.
I didn't.
You're not going to get it when I explain it.
Explain it.
The church with no walls.
Okay.
And she didn't catch it. Paula White.
Church that wasn't there when she was before.
I don't know.
Oh, she took the man to the man church that died.
I don't know. Anyway, like, it didn't cost that much money when they was standing on the street corner, so I don't understand how much money it would cost in the church, like in Triumph. But whatever. And she trying to run him. He's like, I don't have time for that. I think they're going to sleep together, or she going to try to, or he going to try to. Whatever happened to the white woman that he slept with that went over to Triumph, and then he went over to Triumph? Where'd she go? I don't know. Anyway.
She couldn't find nobody to get with.
So Aaron goes on down to visit Charity. She's had it. She's upset. And how dare you take my man from his son? And yes, Kevin needs to be around the baby, but he's going through some things, and I don't know how to help him. You know, it's not a matter, because everybody really does get on Charity on these reviews and on the internet and stuff, and it's like, Kevin don't know what he wants. Like, he wants to be gay, or he wants to come out and say he's gay, and then expect Charity to just be like, okay, well, we can still be married and together and this, that, and the other, even though you want men. Like, Charity did her best. Charity said we could be friends, you know, let's continue this relationship, this co-parenting relationship.
Don't bring me in there. That's what she said, basically.
I mean, yeah, like, let's just be good
I ain't
girlfriends.
mad at you. What's going on?
So Aaron, Kevin to be having all these fits and carrying.
Well, he didn't want that for his life.
What did you want? When you say I'm gay, or you say I'm attracted to men, a lot of the girls, especially the church girls, especially the bishop's daughter, is gonna be like, yeah, I don't really want that in my marital bed. Not quite feeling it. Like,
yeah, I don't know that most people that are heterosexual want that. Men are different, seems like. They seem to be attracted to weird things like that. I don't understand it.
So
for the sake the woman might leave you for her. Why would you want?
Well, the woman might leave if she gonna leave. If anybody's gonna cheat, they just gonna cheat. It's not a matter of, you know, gayness or whatever. It's just. But anyway, my point is, you telling your wife that you are attracted to men, and you thought that wasn't just gonna, y'all was just gonna be cool.
Yep. I did.
Okay, date night. We're still going at 7. Like, no, sis, this is not what this is not what I signed up for.
What kind of breakfast you want?
This is something that you let her know before y'all get married, and then she decides if she wants to marry you or not. Because there's a lot of the girls that are out here, you know,
that kind of deal,
swinging and doing whatever. You know what they say about Will Smith and all of that. It's, you know, it's out there. It is out there. But you kind of have to be upfront with your partner before.
It would be good.
Just about, you know, pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. Like, if your mama crazy, you need to let your partner know, my mama crazy, before y'all get married. Because then your mama come around, start acting like Mama Joyce, and then you should. Like, it just, anyway, I don't understand with Kevin. I just don't. And I don't know why everybody is always so upset with Charity. Now, it is bewildering and baffling that Charity is always trying to get with these homosexual men. It's weird. It's just, if that's not what you want. You know what I mean? Like, if you gonna date Jabari, you may as well have just stayed with Kevin. So I get that. But don't nobody be going off on Kevin. And I feel the need to go off on Kevin today. Anyway, so Charity goes off on Aaron, you know, with all of that. And Aaron's just like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I don't care about this. Carissa is jealous of Tasha and her accent. She wants her office and, I don't know, a blonde weave and carrying on. They invited her to dinner and she crying, and Aaron touched her hand and Carissa looked over at her like, how dare you? And I'm just like, I don't care. I just don't care. Do you care? It's obvious you don't care because you over here on your phone. Anyway, let's talk about Zora Neale Hussey. I was finna say it and I had to pause because my mother doesn't care for that. So, Zora Neale Hussey and... Did I give Sophia a name yet? Besides annoying.
You just call her Sophia.
I can't think of anything right now. She's just worrisome. Anywho, they're doing their cotillion things. Sophia and her man are there, and Zora's waiting on Isaiah. And Isaiah comes in all tardy. And just, he looked like he was on something. I don't know, he was just very sporadic. And it's like, calm down.
He's a star. He needed to do. He started himself.
I mean, the girls were in there taking pictures, but what was strange about that wasn't nobody whispering in the background like, oh my gosh, that's Isaiah. Like, it was just all of a sudden they was over there taking pictures and they was groupies. It was like, oh, that's weird, but all right.
You could have picked people that went to school.
Either way, though. Anyway, he comes in with his hat and these bangs, these LaToya Luckett bangs, and he's giving, you know, sunglasses indoors, and Zora's like, it's not bright in here, take your shades off. He takes them off begrudgingly. And they dance, and he doing dips and spins like Michael Jackson. I just saw Janet Jackson. I just saw Janet. Anyway, he's doing these dips and spins and turns and, you know, crotch grabs. And they looking like, this is not... Stay with it.
Why are you throwing stuff?
I didn't mean to. I get it later. They look like this is not a part of the cotillion waltz. Is it a waltz?
Oh, Jesus. It's a waltz, Jesus. It is not what they were doing. He desecrated the beautiful debutante's ball.
Did y'all see her just come right out of not paying attention into Shook?
How do you think I answered the question?
Half paying attention to Shook?
Oh, you just think I can hear.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying that you're not paying attention.
I ain't paying attention.
You catch up and then you just want to talk like you've been paying attention the whole time.
Do you want me talking or talking?
I would like you to chime in when I turn to look at you or when you have something pertinent to say and not just be on your phone. But the girls live for you either way, so whatever, I guess.
Oh, help her.
Anyway, let's get Isaiah and the girls out of the way. So, Sophia don't like the boy.
No,
She expresses that she don't like the boy. And I'm like, sissy, you dodged a bullet. Congratulations. And then they have this little tete-a-tete, this little fight, blah. He storms out. If I was Zora, I'd have been like, oh, well, a shame. Hope we make it home safely. She runs after him. You already got this knot on your forehead.
Yeah, and he went down good.
And you running after, I'd have been like, all right, well, let me see if I can call somebody, you know, to dance with me at the function. Anyway, so she runs after him and they get to talking and hollering, and then he pushes her into a pole. And I'm just like, this pole came smooth out of nowhere, but all right. She just appeared, just pole, and she in it. And I'm like, okay. So she hits the pole and she's giving ouch, as the girls do when, you know, they're in pain. And he goes immediately into, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you can't, she ain't never seen what's love got to do with it or anything.
She's supposed to be 8 years old. That came out
When
a long
I was
time
16 years old, which is what I think she's supposed to be.
Now, how long ago was that?
You'll never shade my age.
I'm just saying.
I am a young girl.
Y'all in different generations.
True. Very true.
You're the end of the,
What comes after? Oh, Z.
So what we gonna do after that? We gonna stop making generations?
One, I guess. We're going into numbers. Anyway, what came before A? Is there a generation A?
No, I don't know anything about it. I wrote
All I know is X and Y.
Yeah, and I knew baby boomers.
Those girls.
The one
They go
before
on
baby
forever.
boomers are traditionalists.
Baby boomers and millennials have the longest span of time.
Yeah, it's like the billions of them.
Like sis. Anyway.
Mhm.
So she's giving, you know, he's giving, oh, I'm so sorry, I ain't mean it, you make me crazy. Anybody tell me I make them crazy, they'd be like, well, I'm so sorry, we're going to have to find you something else.
We
don't want you to be crazy. I'm going to pray for
I'm
you.
concerned for you.
I'm going to have my father pray for you. You know, he's the pastor now, we're going to have him pray. But we're just not going to do this. Somebody tried to tell me once, you make me crazy. Okay, well, I'm already crazy, so we both can't be crazy. So what we are going to do is separate. You go over there and you live your nice, healthy, sane life, and I'm going to be over here being crazy. We can't both be crazy. You cold? Anyway.
You got yours on 66.
I didn't touch that. Don't touch it now, it's fine. You don't be over here in my air. You work over there.
Yeah, I done turned mine to a nice blanket.
It's just, ooh, just worrisome. Like it ain't summertime. The living is easy. Fish are jumping in the cotton time. Anyway. She make him crazy, blah, blah, blah. She's giving, how could you do that to me of all people? Sis, who is you?
Yeah, she's supposed to be the one he loved. At 16. Occasionally you find love, but mostly you don't.
I've just never thought, you know, I've always been grand to myself. But I've never thought that somebody's not going to do this to me of all people. I do have the thought that people won't do these things just in general, but it's never been me of all people. How dare you? It's never been that. But she's spoiled.
But we tight. Well, me, you dogging me, we tight.
If he walked up and punched me in my face, I wouldn't say, my mama punched me, of all people. I would say, she's lost her mind, we need to take her somewhere because she don't do that.
No, I don't really like to punch people.
You know, it's just never, I don't have a me of all people.
You can hurt your hand.
That's my daddy's type of thinking.
Yeah, he punches people.
No, I'm talking about me of all people.
Oh, yeah,
he's a very me of all people type.
That's true, but he's also one that'll punch you in the face.
He's both. Don't nobody have time for
He will do that.
Fighting and then you fight back. Me? You fight me back of all people?
What? Boy, go on now.
Okay.
Go on. Go southern on. Go on now. Go on.
Is that really southern? I feel like that's more like, it feels patois. Anyway,
I ain't know no patois going up.
You'll take the S off the end of patois.
Apostrophe S.
Speaking of putting S's where they don't belong, Bishop Silverthroat asks Lady Mae if he knew that Lionel had women's. And Lionel said, women's, plural. I mean, Mae said, women's, plural. I had no idea. And now she shook.
Yeah, because she thought she was the only one.
Me, of all people.
There you go.
She goes into, she finds out that he had women's and goes and gets her a nice shot of something liquorish, libation-ish. And she walk around the whole rest of the episode drunk. And I'm like, what's going on? Anyway, when Bishop asked Lady Mae about that, she goes into Aaron's just making up stories and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, why is everybody calling Aaron a liar? That's strange to me. That, and I think Bishop felt the same way. If Aaron says something like, you was cheating on my mama, and then all of a sudden Lionel got amnesia and dementia, and then he says, Bishop repeats it to Mae, and Mae all of a sudden is visceral, and he's just making up lies. And it's like, okay, well, why is y'all acting like this? These are not your normal behaviors. My mind would have been like, so y'all done slept together. And I think that's where Bishop is heading to if he ain't got there just yet.
Something right. He say something right. That's what Bishop's saying.
I heard you the first time, and then the second time. You gonna say it again for the Holy Ghost?
Something right.
Okay.
Gotta have it.
So back to Rick Fox and Grace. I don't even know what they was talking about. All I know is I saw the fullness of Merle Dandridge's back, and I was just like, what? What happened? Like, I know they was talking about, what do you want out of life? He said he didn't want no kids, and she gave him, sort of a side eye, it felt like to me, and then he was like, maybe we can do some kids. I'm like, you want some more children? You 40-something, but what do you? Janet Jackson, who I just saw last night, had a baby at 50, so do your thing.
Where's my mama said? 50-some odd.
That's what she said?
Mm-hmm.
She was shook when I told her that Janet was up there dancing. And she just had a baby.
She needs to sit down. Oh, yeah, she lost.
And then she went into, how old is the baby? Like, I know the baby. I'm like, Granny, I don't know.
It's little.
This is a fresh baby.
It has no teeth.
No teeth. Or maybe one. It might have one or two at this point. I think the baby was born like January. That's enough time to get you a tooth.
It depends on the child.
Because I had teeth at about,
I don't know.
9-10 months. I know I was walking. I had to have some teeth, too. You can't be up walking with no teeth. Where you going? I was going to get a plate.
A lot of people didn't have no teeth. But you had objectives. You need to,
right. I
you need to be mobile.
I needed teeth, and I needed to be able to walk, and I needed to be able to talk, and I needed to be able to read.
Well, you did that before you were... Yeah, you was reading by 3, so you was good. Yeah.
Because I had to be able to get the message out to the people, and you can't get the message out if you don't read. You got to study to show yourself.
You know my favorite story.
I don't know, but go and tell the girl, because we already talking and carrying on. Go ahead, what's the story?
She told me she couldn't read.
Oh. Okay, so I'm 4 years old. I already could read.
4?
I wasn't 4 yet. Okay, so I'm 3 years old. I could read.
You were 4. 3, 4.
I'm 3-4 years old. I was 3. Because I hadn't made it to K4 yet.
Because you have these books, these little books they gave
that I can read.
Right, and she said she couldn't read, and I just passed her a book. And she looked at it and just said, I can read. She said, oh, she was good.
That's literally all. I just need to see the receipts. Once I see the receipts, I'm good.
She was good. She can read from then on.
And I can still read. Unless,
to this day.
Unless I'm pulling a Mariah Carey, I can't read and subtly. I don't know. You haven't seen the interview because you don't care about Mariah Carey like I do. But somebody brought up something shady to Mariah Carey, and she said, I can't read and subtly, I don't know. It's right up there with I don't know her. Which brings me great joy.
That girl, she needs prayer.
I love Mariah Carey. I'll go see her in concert.
Why the police got his foot on the gas, though?
I think he's got his foot on the brake.
I mean, that one.
In case he
The
needs
one that
to.
makes the light.
So when somebody speed by him, he ain't got to take the car out of gear. Just put it on the gas and zoom right on into it.
That's okay, continue.
That's his way. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about.
Read it. What y'all need on the paper?
Rick and Grace. And Grace is back all out and carrying on. And the crack of her boot in. I'm just like, why? For what? It was just a lot of intimacy this episode. You know, I don't like intimacy. I don't like animals or intimacy. So, anyway, so Charity going around trying to find somebody to keep this baby. And then she find out that Tamala Man got a nanny, so she only gonna need Marisol for, you know, two-ish weeks. And then, Jesus, May is just like, she goes off at the dinner table. She goes on into, ain't no law against homosexuals, but it's a law against adultery, which is factual. And then she's giving, you know, how dare you cheat on your wife, and niggas ain't nothing, and, you know, all of that. And she's talking to Charity, telling Charity, don't be out here chasing after this old homosexual man. She didn't say that, but I'm saying it. This old...
I was trying to say, did I miss something?
I saw you look up, your eyebrows got all... But no, she was... Don't...
It's probably never kind of thing.
Don't care, sis.
Apparently I do.
Don't stop caring, sis. So yeah, she drunk at the table. She ain't let this cup go, but she's giving, you know, and this and that and the other and you. And Bishop sitting there like...
He's watching all this play out.
He's like, why is she going off?
He's really watching all this play out.
He's looking like, why is she going off about adultery with Lionel? This is strange. He putting these pieces together. And Charity is, you know, she got told, you have your baby sleeping on a pimped out bus. And I'm like, she is reading today, like my grandmother.
Sound like your grandmother.
If I were to get anybody to play my grandmother in a movie, it used to be Felicia Rashad. It's going to be Lynn Whitfield at this time. Because you got to be able to have a je ne sais quoi. I wasn't going to say it at first, but
yeah, you were.
I was going to say a roughness or like a harshness. But you got to have a something to play my grandmother. And Lynn Whitfield, she's close. You know, she's almost... I might have Whoopi play you.
Karen can do whatever she wants, but she needs to brush some eyebrows.
Whoopi won't be playing you. I'm thinking Angela Bassett, honestly.
Ooh, get my arms back together.
I was going to say, she's going to have to put on a little arm meat, but that's...
My arms used to look like that.
Back in the day.
When I was in my youth.
Anyway, so Lady Mae's going off. Blah, blah, blah. I already told y'all about Zora being caught between the light skins and they drama. Okay, so Lady Mae corners Lionel in this the study. And it's giving very much drunk, still drunk. How very dare you have all these other women. I was going to leave my family for you, this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I need to know why she decided not to leave her family. I need the details.
She's going to be dropped outside on the street because his wife was her best friend, and she was being... I didn't want to say the other thing. She was being bad.
What's the other thing?
I just don't have a lot of respect for those of them. You going to call yourself a friend of the wife and sleep with her husband?
It's Kelly Price, a friend of mine, in your head right now.
Wrong. It's so wrong.
Well, sis,
women, we have to stick together.
I don't
do that. We can't sleep with each other's men.
Oh no, I mean we can't sleep with others, each other's men. But we don't got to stick together, sis. Because
because everybody ain't.
Because I'm not gonna stick with the girls that are sleeping with other girls' men.
Yeah, because they ain't dangerous.
I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Well, shoot, if you do that to your husband.
But I'm a you can have them type of husband myself. If you feel the need to sleep with my man and he feels the need to sleep with you, daughter, y'all go on.
How do you remember I told my ex-husband? I said, nah, she need to have a house and, a place for you to go and stuff. Mm-hmm. Just go on.
Her own shampoos and things in your personal bathroom because you washing your bald head and conditioning it.
Just go on, get you.
That man had the softest hands.
Yeah. He do nothing.
Just ever in life.
He do nothing. How
you 50-something year old man with these baby soft hands?
He do nothing.
It's strange. No manual labor ever. Anyway, so yeah, she goes on into.
He writes stuff. He don't. I don't think he had a writing night on his finger neither.
No.
I don't know what he do.
Anyway, she's giving, you know, how dare you, I was going to leave my family. You are nothing. You are nothing. And I'm like,
Yeah, she was wobbling on that heel, too. She was wobbling on it.
Mama should have took off the heels because...
This is when you put your flats on.
And that cup sloshing, I'm like, Lord Jesus.
You,
The hair, the bang done got all loose.
a wedge heel or something to help you stay
A
solid.
wedge ain't gonna help you on these occasions.
Okay, so-
We see the girls coming from the bar, you know, the bar that's a couple stores down from my store. And they be on them wedges leaning.
Yeah, I thought about that when I worked at the other store that you work at, but I worked and it was right next door. I have some visions.
Them wedges are leaning
falling
more
off
than a
them
regular
shoes.
than a stiletto.
It's just like you can't put your feet down flat.
No.
I've never been drunk. I don't know.
I also have never been drunk. Not for lack of trying. It just hasn't happened.
Well, praise the Lord.
I'm gonna do it one day.
I'm within an hour of my bedtime.
Okay, well, we almost do. Let's see. So Lionel goes into, you know, I may be nothing. That's true. But also your sissy son-in-law turned my son gay, and I'm like, but Lionel, he told you that he told his mama at 13. He didn't know Aaron back then. So how, Lionel? How?
He just felt his spirit recently.
Lionel, how?
He think his son lying. He don't trust him. He doesn't respect him. And so he has to make up his own narrative about who his son is, instead of trying to find out who he is. And, you know, all these years later, I don't know what to tell you.
This is a whole grown man. You don't even have to find out who he is.
Yeah, you
Just invite him over to, he 30-something. Just invite him to dinner. We're going to have dinner, then send him on. It's been this long, sis. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. At this point, just go and ignore
And
it.
he not being disrespectful.
He ain't brought no man down to the house or nothing like that.
He ain't got no wig on. Would you look to flip on?
We're not gonna play the girls with the wigs now.
Sometimes they do.
Because Miss Bruce is legendary, and I'm waiting for Star to come back.
But I mean, he not doing that to his dad. Even if he liked the wig, he not coming around his dad. He being respectful.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, you could just go on living your life like y'all been living it.
Right? You ain't see it. He ain't tell you.
This is an entire
Close
grown
your eyes
man.
back up.
This is an entire grown man.
You gonna be mean about it.
Not gonna change him. You know,
And
if
plus, you wouldn't change him that way, no way.
it just wouldn't. So, but I don't have the time.
Defeating your own purpose. So go somewhere inside.
I just don't have the energy.
I just don't think you can beat up on people and expect them to do what you want.
Will you tell your family to stop trying to beat up on me and expect me to do what they want?
I didn't do what they wanted either. I'm your poor example of.
Tell the girls, sis, because I'm worse than you are. My mouth is slicker than yours.
I just looked at him and said,
And I
and I
have,
did whatever the heck I wanted to.
but see, I have that old millennial, and I hate to put myself in the category with the girls, but that old millennial, let me get on Facebook and tell the girl, I'm gonna watch this back and see what she said. Whatever she said is probably true. But I've got that old, let me get on Facebook and get a couple amens while I'm reading my family. Which I don't feel any particular kind of way about it, because you're not gonna treat me any kind of way and think I'm just gonna be quiet about it. You're just not. And
Now your TT gonna cry.
and
Your grandmama, she gonna punch you in the
and then
throat.
cry.
I had to punch you.
And then she'll cry. And that's fine. But the thing about it is, you're not gonna treat me any kind of way and just think I'm just like, okay, we'll just take this treatment. I'm not that girl.
And if you pop out here, just walk away.
We're not even talking.
Very fast.
We're not even talking. Love him down.
And your grandmother, your Gigi, she punch you in the throat.
We don't even have beef like that. We got a mutual respect because we are the same girl.
Fine for me. You are Irma the Fourth.
We are the same girl. Since she, decided to pick up this dementia, because it's an act. But since she decided it's an act, she's faking it. I promise you. Because when we get together, we kiki about the good old days. Mama ain't forgot.
Well, I mean, dementia is just short-term memory.
No, but see, we kiki about yesterday. And girl, I was watching Judge Judy and this, that, and the other, and I'm like, she know what's going on. She faking. Because the girls have given her permission to fake, but I haven't. So, we gonna act like we've been acting. Anyway, I found out through this little,
I really don't either.
this artificial dementia she done made, her daughter done made up for her. I found out that we are the same. But that ain't got nothing to do with this video. So yeah, and so Lionel is going into Kevin turned Aaron. And I must have rehearsed my lines. Because Lionel, if only you knew. Like, Aaron is the one that coerced that boy. You need to go apologize to Kevin's mama, because your son, anyway.
Because he wasn't bothering nobody, he was babysitting.
Like, Well, not babysitting. He was raising his child.
Yeah, he was keeping the boy.
But anyway, Grace and Rick, I guess they in love over there.
Yeah, they act like it.
More sex between Carissa and Jacob that I just did not need to be a part of. I just didn't need to be in their marital bed. And then Lionel is getting ready to go, and he says, "Tell Lady Mae I'm sorry." And Bishop says, "For what?" He said that I didn't get to say bye. And Bishop is giving that look, that putting things together look. If you ask, just like
this is.
Y'all remember at the end of the I guess the mid-season finale when he was looking at them blind at the curtain when they were arresting Mac. He had that very similar face on, like, what is going on here? There's trouble in the water. But anyway, that was the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Did we go to the gas station?
No, because I didn't want to sit at the gas station and finish.
Well, you could have went to the gas station and came back this way instead.
Well, I didn't want to get in and out of the car while the video was on. Patty.
Only you know how much I do.
I'm going to jump out in the street. Hold on.
Ain't nobody coming.
I see front lights.
Do love you all.
Are we still talking or you just saying?
I gotta hit this.
Because I can't do it today.
Try it.
Honey.
Try it.
They kept going. They went up. They inverted up until Jesus was like, why are you yelling at me?
You don't know how much
I'm gonna need you to work on it.
I'm not petty, and never will be. I won't be petty. I won't even come close. I'm not Fantasia. I'm not Kiki White or any of the other girls who have sang Patty songs down.
Kiki can sing that though.
Kiki. We'll talk about Kiki in another video. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and all the things the YouTubers say. You're doing it in the wrong place. All of my information is in the description box, which is down below where my mother is pointing. She's annoying. And bye. Just bye.
Be unto you.